All right, welcome back to WMMA Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a fight review. So we're going to UFC Fight Night, Poirier versus Hooker. Going to the prelims, strawweight division, Jinh Yu Frey 9-4, taking on Hansen, coming in 6-3. Now both ladies are making their UFC debut, and it was the strawweight debut for former Invicta atomweight champion Yu Frey. Big difference in styles, Yu Frey the striker, Hansen the wrestler. So get started. First round, all Jinh Yu Frey. Very nice takedown defense and good positioning and control in the clinch. She showed good aggression, unusual for her. Didn't let Hansen really control the octagon. And like I said earlier, very clear differential in striking. Jin, obviously the much better, more polished striker. Now second round, totally different story. All Hansen. Very smooth takedown. She only needed one. Nice positional control. She did not rush anything. She didn't rush anything, which is an unusual trait not seen in a lot of fighters, but particularly fighters as young as Hansen is. She's only 20 years old. Now, third round. Yu Frey came out. She was more hesitant in her striking. She was obviously more wary of the takedown. Hansen, on the other hand, showed more confidence in her striking because she knew that she can get the takedown now after the second round. She couldn't get it in the first round, but after the second, she got takedown. She had more confidence in her takedowns, which gave her more confidence in her striking. Now, Yu Frey resisted the takedowns at first, but at one point, Hansen got her down. I think it was like a hip toss attempt. Yu Frey resisted it, but Hansen, very nice scrambling ability, jumps up, latches on the armbar. And Jinh Yu Frey resisted it at first, like she tried to move out, and then she got stuck in a position like the arm was outstretched, she was flat on her back, and you could see in her face she was like no, not getting out of this one. I think it was either Michael Bisping or John Anik said it was, the calmest tap out they'd ever seen. Like she knew she had been beaten, didn't fight it, tapped out, giving Hansen the win via submission due to armbar, 2 minutes, 26 seconds of the third round. Now, honestly, I have more questions after this fight than I have answers. Okay, both debuted against each other, coming up from Invicta, which says nothing on how they'll fare against other UFC fighters or against UFC fighters, period. Like neither of them had proven that they're on the UFC level yet, because this was basically an Invicta fight on a UFC card. For Hansen, she's young. She has a high ceiling, but the striking needs obvious work. For Jinh Yu Frey, it's hard to say. She's 35. She moved up to strawweight because she said she couldn't make atomweight anymore. Well, she just missed for the first time ever back in January, February. Says it's been giving her problems, so that's why she moved up. A lot of questions. For things to work on, for Jinh Yu Frey, takedown defense, takedown defense, takedown defense. Now granted, there aren't that many wrestlers, strong wrestlers and grapplers in the strawweight division, but that's still something you got to work on. Also, she needs to work on her positioning when she has a fighter in her half guard, and she was really struggling. She could not get her leg free from Hansen. Had a figure four around her leg in the half guard on top, and she could not really get out of that positioning. Hansen was very heavy. She's got to work on her positioning and work improving her positioning on bottom more. For Hansen, striking. She's got to work on her striking. She's gotten away against fighters so far with very subpar takedown defense, particularly her last two fights in Invicta. She's in the big game now. A lot of strikers in the strawweight with very good takedown defense. So she's got to work on her striking, and she's also got to strengthen her takedowns. If you're having trouble getting takedowns against a former atomweight, you're going to have an even harder time against the real strawweights in the UFC. For fights to make, For Hansen, I'd like to see her face Brianna Van Buren. Not necessarily a full-fledged UFC caliber opponent either, but both are very strong wrestlers who rely on pressure to get the takedowns. I'd like to see who would win that battle. Also, Kay Hansen turned down an opportunity to fight in the initial Phoenix series that Van Buren won. I know for a fact that it was her dad that told her to turn down the tournament. And I feel like this fight could have been a potential final in that tournament that we missed out on. So I'd really like to see how this would work out a little over a year later and now in the UFC. For Jinh Yu Frey, I had to think hard on this one. But I'd like to see her fight Loma Lookboonmee. Both are former atomweights in the UFC strawweight division. Both are primarily strikers. I think this would make for a fun fight between two people who are closer to the same size. I think the striking would be fireworks. Jin has very heavy hands, particularly for her size. Lookboonmee, very strong kicks, very nice clinch work. I don't think they would go to the ground against each other too much. And I think it would make for a very fun fight that could, get one of them back on track because both are coming off a loss now. I think that'd be a fun fight for her. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this fight. It was a fun fight, good fight, but like I said, a lot of questions to be answered after this fight. Definitely more questions than we got answers. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, likes are always appreciated. And hey, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMA Scene Now, the most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.